everyone. This is maybe Old Salt Gamer, back as a Zrilian, currently observing Earth to gain intelligence. Looks like I'm looking at Africa on its side. Hard to tell for sure. But just an update on my base real quick. I did change a couple things again. I keep learning more and more about being a Zrilian and the dangers of it. So I have decided just to make this my definitely moving. Just to make this my breathing area temporarily. And I just took my suit off because I was getting stinky pants. And that's gone. See, in here I got a full... Oh, I hate it when it does that. Stop that. There we go. I got a little bit of pollutant in here, but I can still breathe it. So I could filter that out. I probably should here pretty quick. But this is just my breathing room. Obviously I can't weld or anything in here, so one thing to learn real quick is you have to complete the room if you're working with the volatiles, all the welding and everything else that needs to be done before you put atmosphere in it. Now this is all going to be moved here relatively quickly. I did want to grab my scrubber, which I think is still in here. Scrubber, there it is right there. I don't need that. I do want to get rid of this so it doesn't get discovered by them nasty earthlings. But I found a gigantic crater over here. So I said, well, why don't I just take advantage of this gigantic crater and drill out and make some rooms here. Now, I could take the walls down at this point and reuse them. This is just going to be my manufacturing area. I'm going to move all that in here. I do have my furnace here. I have a CO2 filter here because I wanted to filter all the CO2 out of there and put it into this room inside here, which I'll show you in a minute. I do have some generators, a solid fuel generator. This is open, so it's just going to bleed out into the atmosphere. Put 2 batteries here, and the various power systems. Now I do have doors are all manual. I do have this filter set up for if somebody says I got this wrong, it bleeds into here. So that one is set up right. This is going to be my greenhouse area. It's a little warm in here. I have to cool it off a little bit, and that's why I wanted the scrubber, because I got some bad air in here. So let's take all this down. What have we got here? Pollutant. Yeah, I can use both of those. So let's assemble that. Put that there. Put that there. Put this in here. I don't think I have power running in this room yet. No. So well, I do. Over there. So we'll turn this on. That'll take the pollutants and the volatiles out of here, because I really don't want volatiles in here. I also have to take the nitrous oxide out of here. Now, obviously, if this is a greenhouse, ooh, crap! Just noticed something. Bring all this out of here. I have to empty my tank, because if that gets to around 300, I haven't looked at the exact number, but from experience, if this gets to 300, it self-ignites. So I have to keep that drained, which is kind of a pain. You have to look at it every once in a while. Let's see, nitrous. Let's see what the actual number is when it self-ignites, if I can figure that out. Nitrous oxide. When does it self-combust? It's kind of hard to tell with the temperature. But anyway, I think it gets some volatiles mixed in there. So once it gets volatiles mixed in there, does it have a temperature? I guess it doesn't say when it self-ignites. I'd have to look it up. At the temperature. Minimum condensation. No, it doesn't say. But from what I've seen, it's around 300. I'm going to take this off and get hollered at here. But as you can see, there is volatiles that bleed through in here, even though I have N2O filters. It still bleeds some volatiles through. So once that gets to a certain pressure, it just decides to go boom. And it heats up really fast. So you have to kind of pay attention. Anyway, let's go back in here. I already got... Looks like I already got all the... all the bad chemicals out of here. I gotta get rid of the N2O, which I could do by just doing this real quick. And just take this. I got 3% left in there, so we'll take that one. Now, I don't know what happens if this decides to self-combust. It's a good question. It's only 8 kPa, so it should be a problem. Yeah, the pressure inside here is only 8 kPa. If it gets to 300 before I drain it, that could be a bad thing. So we're just going to let that go for a little bit. Just let it run until the battery runs out. But here you go. This is, like I said, this is going to be my greenhouse. I'm going to bring... This is going to be my future living space. I don't have it drilled out yet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save the game here. Because I think it should be sealed. Well, I might lose a little bit of pressure. Yeah. So it is still sealed. And if I open that one, it's still sealed also because there's only dirt over there. Now, like I said, I could rip these walls out and reuse them. But, I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay, apparently there's some volatiles in there. So maybe I should open this up and leave it open. Now I got some volatiles back in the room. Interesting. Not sure. Excuse me. This sneeze. So let's take this and switch it to that one. I don't have any flutes in here anymore. So there must have been some volatiles trapped in there. Probably when I welded or something. But that's okay. So that should all clear out eventually. And open this back. Now it's hot in there, so I gotta watch because it's hot. I'm using my air faster. Well, using my volatiles faster. Basically, any time I've gone into a vacuum, I've got the habit of doing that. I don't like how batteries discharge unevenly. They're all hooked up to one transformer, and it should draw evenly, but they never do. But I did have my furnace and made some steel, and that's where I got my CO2 from, which I threw in there. So I had to, because I have no source of CO2, because I'm not breathing out CO2. I'm breathing out nitrous oxide. I don't know why they bother to give you fertilized eggs, because by the time you can use them, they rot. So I think they need to rethink that. So that is my base as it is right now. I think the next steps are to disassemble this, which I can do now. I kind of like this because it has a light in it. Well, if I'm following the storyline, I should get rid of it. Because it has a light in it. Yeah, I can get rid of this too. Just clean up the area a little bit. Where did it go? Way up here. Now I got two pieces of trash that I can just hope they don't see. Oxygen I could take downstairs. That's empty. That's empty. This is mostly junk. Network analyzer I'll probably take. That one. And the pill, which I haven't used yet. Flares. Nah. Nah. Yeah, but nah. And I got this, which I gotta bring down yet. That'll be next on the list. Mining supplies. I might have some fun with mining. I have not yet used explosive mining. Portable air conditioning package. I don't want a portable one though. It probably has a battery in it. Picture that has a battery in it. I want the battery. There we go. Even if it's a small one. I want the battery. And that's probably nitrogen. Probably. And it is. 12 liters of liquid nitrogen. Yeah. Let's throw that in this hole here. I don't think it'll cool off. It probably will. This is 0 degrees. Am I losing temperature on that? This is always dangerous stuff. Minus 220. I have no need for that early. Oh, I'm stuck. That isn't close enough to my base to just damage something. No, it's way over here. You know what? I'm gonna move that eventually. But, so my next steps is to move all this. This is my fuel. That 6 megapascals left that came with it. So I've been using that for the portable generator, which I kind of don't need anymore. This is all manual, but I'll leave it here anyway because I have my one solar panel up there, so that should be enough if I move all this downstairs. And this is all manual, but I do have this on to fuel this. This is my breathing air. Basically, I can just swap these out. And that's just a regulator that takes it to 50-50-ish. Maybe 50-100-ish. And then it stops, so I can turn that off. I still got my food in here. Like I said, what am I looking at now? Hard to tell. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's sideways. I think that must be North America, because that looks like... I think it's North America. It's hard to tell. If I had a pair of binoculars, I might be able to... I don't have binoculars, do they? No. That would be nice. I don't know how they expect me to spy on Earth without binoculars. But anyway. So you see where I'm going. I'm liking the direction that I'm going now compared to the way I was going. Now, will I eventually sink an elevator here? Maybe. I see some coal. I'm going to steal that coal. No, I'm not, because my hands are full. It's over here. I lost my... I was using the lander as a guide. Now I lost that. Now I gotta find my hole. I'm gonna have to use some different way of finding this now. Is this it? No. It's over this way further. Yeah, here it is. Oh, maybe I'll set my flags up so I don't get lost. Now I could put stuff out here too. It's all kind of hidden. But there you go. That's where I'm at. Got 2 batteries in there already. So I'll just set this down here. I have my table locker. Put the locker right here. I always put these the wrong way. Maybe over here. But I can still grab this. Okay. I can clean up my mess a little bit here. Put this in here. That goes down there. The valve that I don't need anymore. The network tape. I'll put that down here and move that up there. Move. Okay. Flow. There we go. And that. And they give you these crazy things, which I usually just end up shredding or recycling eventually. And this is going to have to go in there. Along with this, actually. And I'll put the eggs in here. They're just going to rot, and then I'll throw them out when they rot. Alright, so that's where I'm at. I'm liking where this is going. I could definitely take these out because this is going to be a constant vacuum. So I could rip these out and reuse the... this just made it a lot easier to drill this out nice and square. If you look, I take one of these out. This. Oh, the crowbar, sorry. Crowbar. Well, that one I'll leave there. Let's do this one over here. You see, it just made it nice and easy. You put the wall up, and then you drill, and you know, with the miner, and it makes it nice and square. Now, see, this would be a problem. There's a gap behind it, so if I leave this off and take the inside wall off, then I'm going to have an air leak. That's why it's kind of tricky to do that. And I was having issues when I was experimenting where
power low.
Stuff would leak behind the walls into the next room, and it was becoming quite a pain in the neck. But there you go. Let me know what you think. I kind of like this little... I'll put some stairs here eventually. When I bring my manufacturing down. Not sure where I'm going to put it all. The rooms fill up really fast. When this was empty, you can't stack these anymore, by the way. They did a change. There's no way to put batteries on top of each other anymore. I haven't tried putting a frame around it and then putting the next battery on top. I think you could probably do that. But you used to be able to just stack station batteries. They changed that. That was an announced change that they said, yeah, we did this. So this is the first time I tried it. I tried putting one on top, and yes, you can no longer do it. It says you need a frame underneath. Now that being said, I guess if I put a frame, which I do not have, I have sheets. I have walls somewhere. I think it might be in there, but I don't have any frames. But if you put a frame on it, maybe you can put the one on top of the frame. I haven't tried that yet. But since this is going to remain a vacuum, the way I have finally designed this, I was thinking of putting a door here. I can rip these out too now. And probably just rip those walls out and make this all vacuum. But I would recommend, the way I find it, your pressurized room, the adjacent room next to it, should definitely be completely sealed. Like if I rip this wall out and then went in there and ripped the wall out, everything would leak out. So I could do this because I still have a room with the pressure in it completely sealed. And technically, even if I rip this one out and left all these in here, yeah, I could do that still, now that I'm thinking of it. Because this is completely enclosed. I could cut this off properly now. The volatiles in there. Why do I still have volatiles in there? And, oh, I know. No, there's no air over there. Where am I getting these volatiles from? Always something when you do this. Always very big heat. Oh, my nitrous filter's empty. I wonder if it stopped working altogether. I gotta go make filters now. It might have. I think it kind of, yeah, it errors out when you have one empty filter. Even though there's a filter in the other one, it errors out. Alright. So, could have probably moved those in there. But that'll. It's very limited. That's not. Now I am on the beta branch. Being on the beta branch, I have run into a couple things that I'm like, oh, nothing major, just little things. Like the text that you read sometimes is different than what I'm used to. I'm going to take that and recycle it. Three ores. One of the things I'm going to try and do is set up a room and use deep miners underground. And that might be interesting. I've never done that before. So that could be something exciting, so to speak. But there you go. What am I looking at now? No idea. It would be kind of cool if you had them not. Zoom in. There's no binoculars. Huh. Well, anyway. So I'm ready to pretty much build my, after I cool it off, which means I need an air conditioner, which I'll make. But I think my next step is to move all three of these down. Don't really need them up here anymore. It makes me run back and forth a lot. I don't really need this because I have a furnace down there, and as long as I have oxygen and volatiles, I can just chuck that in there. But there you go. Again, let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to need to set up the flags. I literally am having trouble. It's easy, but put some flags. Flag. 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 Hopefully they can't see these from Earth. Flag. Flag. So now I can come out here and I'm like, okay, oh, there's the flag. So when I deconstruct this, which I'm not too far away from, I'll be able to follow the flags right into my base. Poof. There you go. I'm kind of liking the way this looks. Got a long way to go yet. And I got a lot of neat ideas. Let me know if you have any neat ideas that you want me to try. So far, being a Zrilian is a learning experience big time. And there's a lot of things that you don't consider that turn out to be, hey, I can't do that. A lot of things that you just automatically, like, if I pressurize this room to volatile so I could live in it. And then I put the manufacturing equipment in there and try to weld it, I'm going to end up on the surface of Earth in multiple pieces because it's going to explode. I have not tested that theory, but I'm pretty certain that if you weld in a volatile atmosphere, the results are going to be not very good. I have not tried it. Maybe in the next video, if I get my volatile living room downstairs and I can rip all this out, maybe I'll do a test run in here, save the game, and then weld in here just as an experiment. I'm almost certain welding in a volatile environment is going to be a very negative thing. And anything that you do, like can't use an arc welder. Anything that sparks, can't use any of the manufacturing equipment inside a volatile environment. They're going to explode. So far, the other thing I was thinking of, and I know I'm dragging this out a little bit at this point, what happens if I get water in here and it sparks? You know how they changed it where things would short out? What would happen if I dumped some water on the floor here and it started shorting? Might be something else I have to test. And Earth just went out. So, there you go. Again, Navy Volatile Gamer. If you're watching this and you think this is interesting, I'm trying to survive as a Zrilian. It's actually not too bad once you get used to it. But kind of freaky looking. And it's different. It's just a different way to play the game. And, okay. That's an ugly shadow. Thanks. I think my knees are backwards, aren't they? Either that or I have an extra leg joint. Alright, Navy Volatile Gamer. We'll see you in the next episode where I'll have all my manufacturing set up downstairs in my crater base. And I have my volatile room moved down there, so this whole thing may be disassembled, and I may just disassemble it in a fun way. So you might have that to look forward to. It's got volatiles in here. Maybe I'll try something with my mining chargers. We'll see what happens. See you later. Have a good one.